Good day and greetings, everyone. We are Group 10 for our final laboratory examination in OOP. So we created a project entitled Unified Retail Transaction System. So this project is designed to simulate a payment system used in retail businesses. So the main purpose of the program is to process customer payments using different payment methods such as cash, card, and e-wallet. So the system automatically computes the correct final payable amount depending on the selected payment method. It also displays the payment details and records every complete transaction. So now I will explain my assigned parts of the project. So the first one is the UML class diagram. So the UML class diagram shows the structure of our program. It presents the classes used in the system, their methods, attributes, then relationship with one another. So in our diagram, the payment class is placed as the main parent class because it contains the common methods shared by all payment types. So this one. So below the payment class are the child classes, which is the cash payment, cash payment, cash payment, card payment, and e-wallet payment. So this class is inherit for from um, inherit from the payment class. So this means they can use the structure of parent class while having their own specific computation. So the diagrams also includes the payment factory, transaction logger, then the payment method, and also the main. So the main class is connected to the payment factory because it requires the correct payment object depending on the user input. Then the payment class, so this one. So the payment class is also connected to transaction logger. So this one in the singleton method. So because after every successful payment, the transaction is recorded. So overall, the UML diagrams help us to understand how the system is organized and how each class work together. So now I will explaining the code of our project. So I will open first the Eclipse. So next is the payment class. So the payment class is an abstract class. So this is an abstract class which it serves a blueprint for all payment types. So inside this class, we declare the variable original amount, then which is stored the compute final amount entered by user. So we also created abstract method such as get payment method, compute adjustment method, compute final method, and compute final amount. So these methods are implemented differently by each child class depending on the payment method. So for example, the cash payment applies a discount while card payment e and e-wallet is on only add fees. So the payment class is also contains the process payment method. So this method is responsible for displaying the payment details such as payment method, original amount, adjustment, and final payable amount, and confirmation message. So because of this design, we avoided repeating the same code in every payment class. So now I will explaining the payment factory class. So this one. Payment factory class is responsible for creating payment object, and instead of directly creating a cash payment, card payment, or e-wallet payment. So in the main class, the program sends the user to into the programs sends the user choice to the payment factory. So the factory then decides which object should be created and returned. So for example, if the user enters number one, so for example, the user is enter the so the factory creates the cash payment object. So if the user enters 2, which is the here, which it creates the card payment object. Then if the user choose 3, the will choose the e-wallet. So using a factory class is like class makes the program more organized and easier to maintain. So if we add another payment method in the future, we only need to update the factory. So lastly, I will explain the transaction logger class. So this one, I will explain the transaction. So here in the transaction logger class is used to record every successful payment transaction, and it follows the singleton design pattern. So this means so that all the transactions are handled by one lagging component only. So after the payment class is processed, the system prints a long message showing the payment type, original and adjustment, and final amount. So um, this helps in monitoring transactions and keeping records. So in conclusion, these classes work together to make the system organized, reusable, and efficient. So that's the UML diagram shows the relationship of the class, the payment class, and provides the common structure of the payment factory that creates objects, and the transaction logger is records completed transaction. So that is all for my assigned part. Then now the next the next presentation is Brizuela Ariel Jan, and thank you for listening.
Now, greetings. I'm Arjun Bizuela, and I'm here to present to you our laboratory examination project in OOP. So let's start with the main class. In our main class, we have a scanner and a dual loop. Inside our dual loop, there are a number of selection cases, which is the card, the cash, the card, and the e-wallet. And depending on depending on the choices and amount entered, it will create from a payment method and payment factory. It uses the polymorphism to create another choice. It creates another object about depending on our payment. So it also check if our payment is valid or else invalid payment. So if the payment is not null, so it will proceed to process the payment. So and also checks if the user wants to process another transaction. So print, thank you, and here you go. In our factory, which uses the switch cases, so here the choice and the amount, and each amount depending on the choices for it will say number one will return a new object of cash payment, or number two a new object for the card payment, and as well as the wallet payment. And each amount has its corresponding method to calculate. In the cash payment, it, it inherits the cash payment class is a subclass or a child class of our payment class or the parent class, which inherits the attribute of of our parent class. We also have a getter method for our payment type, which is cash, and a computation adjustment. In here, we take the original amount, multiply by the discount, which is 50%, and this method returns the adjusted amount method and the original, which calculates or subtracts. In our card payment class, which also extend to our parent, parent class or the payment, inherits its attribute and return its payment type and the calculated adjusted fee. So here, the original amount is times to 0.03, which is 30%, and the total amount or the final amount is computed with the additional fee with a added additional fee. Same as well with the e-wallet payment class, which also extend to its parent class. Attributes is also inherited with a payment type e-wallet in return, and it's return the computed adjustment, or it's the fixed adjustment, and basically add that adjustment to our original amount. So the demo is supposed to be like this. So when you run the code, it will show up a selection of choices, which payment type you wanna pay, or let's say let's pick cash. The amount is 1000. Here are the details. So the payment method cash, original amount 1000, and the adjustment is 50 pesos or the discount. So in the final payable amount, it should be 950 because it subtracts the original amount from the computed adjustment. Again, 1000, and the log. So the payment process is successfully with the log of original of 1000 and adjusted price discount is 50 and the final amount is 950. So process another transaction. Yes, to say again with the card number 2 and another 1000 pesos. So here it returns the card method. The original price was 1000, adjusted was the 30 pesos fee, so it will compute the final payable amount to 1030, and payment processed successfully. So the original adjustment and the final. Same with the e-wallet choices. So another yes, number 3, and another amount 1000. It returned the string e-wallet method, the original amount, the adjusted fee, and the final payable, which is 1020. So payment process successfully with a log e-wallet. Original is 1000 and the adjusted fee is 20 pesos. So the final is 1020. No. Thank you for using the system. So that's all.